Hello everyone. Welcome to this new podcast. Today we will talk about detaching yourself from the digital world and enjoy the real world around you. It is becoming very challenging to put the phone down. Not only are most people working in front of a screen all day, but most do it at home too. Several people go home after work and sit in front of the TV and browse their phones or laptops. We live a digitalized life. Over 80% of the population owns a mobile device, and 57% of them have more than one type of device. Not only are our electronic devices connected to the internet, but it is also in our car, the fridge, our watch, our games, and even our home. This omnipresence of technology begs the question, how can we free ourselves from an addiction to the digital world? Whether you want to completely break up with social media or develop a healthier relationship with technology, this guide is here to help you positively change your behaviors. This podcast will help you reconnect with your life. After listening to this video, you will be able to recognize the actions that affect your physical and mental health and learn how you can adopt more effective habits to be happier. You will learn about the current state of the digital world, what the impact is on your physical and mental health. We will explore how you can adopt more positive behaviors with technology while finding a way to reconnect with yourself. This study will help you break up with technology for good. But first, let's look at what history is and the current state of our digital life. The history and current state of our digital life. Technology has been changing our lives for years, but it hasn't always been for the best. There is a fantastic advancement in the area of healthcare where people can walk again or communicate with the assistance of technology. On the other hand, technology can also limit us, especially when we become addicted to it. The history. While the phone was patented in the 1870s, it moved from being a landline to mobile later in history. It is hard to believe that the handheld mobile phone was mass-produced less than 50 years ago, in 1973. So much has changed since. Texting came about 20 years later, 1992, and the iPhone was launched in 2007. With its mass presence, it is so easy to forget how life was before the smartphone. Another technology that is relatively young in history is the Internet. The Internet became public on August 6, 1991, less than 30 years ago. It has been with us ever since, improving its speed every year and no longer just accessible on computers. The current state. It doesn't matter where you live in the world, screen time is becoming a global issue. Over 45% of the world population has a smartphone, which is around 3.5 billion people. This is more than a 30% increase since 2016. The screen time worldwide is, on average, 6h42 minutes, with no significant difference between gender. In research done in the UK, 99% of children between the ages of 12 to 15 are online and have an average screen time of 21 hours per week. While the World Health Organization, WHO, provided some guidelines for screen time in children, there are no guidelines that exist for adults. It is up to us to decide what we believe is an appropriate time we can spend online. It is probably only a matter of time before the government starts publishing recommendations for health concerning screen time. The next chapters will provide you with more knowledge about the health impact. These chapters will focus on physical and mental health and how it can be affected by our screen time. The digital impact on your body. A group of studies is starting to demonstrate the impact of technology on our bodies. It is safe to say that we are very limited in the knowledge and research about the long-term effects of technology. As people age with social media and wireless technology, we will likely have more discoveries that change our relationship with the digital world. For now, here are a few known issues. Obesity. Unsurprisingly, obesity and screen time are connected. A large study of over 90,000 participants concluded that independent of physical activity, it was observed that obesity and screen time are positively correlated. A longitudinal study showed that 60% of overweight incidents in their study was attributable to excess television viewing. Vision. Another impact on our physical health is our vision. A growing body of research indicates that around 50% of the population will experience digital eye strain, DES. DES is a syndrome that causes a person to have various symptoms like sore, dried, tired, burning or itching eyes, headaches, sore neck, or even difficulty keeping your eyes open. It can undoubtedly be treated, but no studies demonstrate the long-term impact on our vision. Posture. Screen time can also impact your posture. A study by Harvard, Brigham and Women's Hospital, and Microsoft show that spending too much time on small devices like a phone can strain muscles, nerves, tendons, ligaments, and spinal discs. Sleep. Finally, one of the most prevalent physical health impacts of too much screen time is the lack of quality sleep. Research has now demonstrated that the screen light, called blue light, of our device can stimulate the cells in our eyes and reset our internal clock, which is the circadian rhythm. Not only does this affect our sleep, but it could also cause some health issues since circadian rhythm issues are connected to cancer, metabolism issues, and cognitive dysfunctions. Since sleep is a big challenge for many people, the next chapter will provide you with tips on how you can improve your bedtime routine and get more sleep every night. As a result of increased screen time, the body tends to delay the production of melatonin, a vital hormone that regulates our sleep. Over time, that sleep deprivation can lead to something more severe, like mood disorders, obesity, or depression. To improve your nights of sleep, here are recommendations that you can implement in your bedtime routine to increase your chance of good night's sleep. Create a schedule. It is proven that a routine will trick your body into falling asleep at a specific time. Try to observe yourself. Is there a time when you are tired? If so, make sure you go to bed before that time. Create a routine that allows you to complete everything before that time and go to bed. You can also set an alarm that will tell you that it's time to prepare yourself for bedtime. That way, you are less likely going to forget what time it is and be more successful at implementing a routine. Create a ritual. A bedtime ritual is an excellent addition to your schedule. A good bedtime ritual is one that allows you to relax, disconnect from the stress of life, and slowly tell your body that it is time to shut down. Here are a few things you can add to your ritual. Unplug. Take a bath. Go to bed 1 hour before bedtime and read a book, but not a too engaging book. Drink an herbal tea, listen to calming music, write in a journal, do a meditation. During that hour before bed, it is essential to avoid bright light. That way, you don't reset your circadian rhythm. Create a comfortable atmosphere. Don't underestimate the comfort of your bed and pillow and the power of fresh linen. If you are uncomfortable, you will likely have a hard time falling asleep or staying asleep. Another aspect of comfort is the temperature of the room and the level of noise around. Try sleeping with a fan on or a white noise machine. Having a constant sound in the room could help you maintain your sleep. If you like essential oils, try a drop of lavender on your pillow. This will help the brain relax. Avoid certain foods or substances. Avoid any alcohol, cigarettes, caffeine, or a large meal from 2 to 3 hours before you go to bed. Turn off your devices. This will probably be the most challenging thing to do but the most impactful, which is to turn off any electronics 1 hour before bedtime. Spend the last hour doing something calming and relaxing. Try to have your device outside the bedroom during the night. This will allow you not to be disturbed during your sleep. Experts say that the bed should be used for sleep and sex. If you work, browse social media or watch TV from your bed, your brain will associate the bed with a zone of activity and will likely be active even when it is bedtime. Train your mind to see your bed as a place to disconnect from the digital world. Room makeover. It might be time to look at your bedroom and try to find ways to improve the atmosphere for a good night's sleep. Are there electronics that make it bright at night, like the light on a laptop charger or your alarm clock? Make sure that you can remove the light and make the space dark for sleep. Also, consider moving the TV in your bedroom. The TV will stimulate you instead of encouraging sleep. Talk to an expert. If you've tried all those recommendations, and you are still struggling with sleep, it might be a good idea to consult your doctor or a sleep expert. There are other solutions that they can provide you with to improve your sleep situation. The digital impact on your mind. Now that we've covered the impact of our electronic devices on the physical body, let's look at its effects on the mental body. Technology has made such a significant impact on our psyche that we now have new terms that describe psychological issues such as FOMO. FOMO, or fear of missing out, is described as anxiety that an exciting or interesting event may currently be happening elsewhere, often aroused by posts seen on a social media website. Not only will we experience real symptoms caused by social media, but the mind will also create false reactions like phantom vibration syndrome, which is when you feel your phone vibrating, but it didn't. Studies show that the new generations are now dreaming in color and therefore demonstrate how much technology can impact the mind. Dreaming in color is a unique occurrence connected to generations of individuals who grew up with colored TV screens. Let's dig a bit deeper into how the digital world impacts our minds. Dopamine, the feel-good hormone. The most astonishing finding of the impact of technology on our behavior and mind is how it stimulates dopamine. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter that is responsible for pleasure, desire, ambition, addiction, and sex drive. Research now shows that social media users experience a similar dopamine cycle as individuals who are addicted to alcohol, cigarettes, and drugs. Anxiety. In a study by Cheever and colleagues, 2014, two groups were studied. One group was allowed to have their phone but had to shut it down during the research. The other group had to give up their phone for the duration of the study. The results show that anxiety levels rose over time, not only in the group that didn't have access to their phone but also amongst heavy smartphone users that were in the other group. The anxiety that arises from smartphone utilization can be associated with our fear of missing out, FOMO. FOMO, fear of missing out. FOMO is a feeling of anxiety that experienced we think we are missing out on something. It is a collective term that we see in connection with social media use or online shopping. Based on surveys, 56% of social media users experience FOMO, and 69% of the millennials will experience it daily. Many kinds of research now demonstrate that FOMO is connected to the overuse of smartphones and smartphone addiction, which impacts around 50% of young adults. Phantom vibration syndrome. As mentioned before, phantom vibration syndrome is the perceived vibrations from a device that is not vibrating. In research done with over 250 undergraduates, 89% had experienced phantom vibration. Depression. Several studies now demonstrate that individuals who spend more time on social media have higher rates of depression than those who spend less time. There's also a link with suicide risk factors where teens who spend 5 hours or more on their phone are 71% more likely to exhibit those factors. Besides, the suicide rate increase in teenagers seems to correlate with the phone usage increase between the years 2007 to 2015. Attention. One of the most prominent displayed impacts of our digital world is the lack of focus and awareness. The attention span in our digital world has gone from 12 seconds in 2000 to 8 seconds today, 2015. This is less than a goldfish's attention, which is about 9 seconds. This lack of awareness has a significant impact on our daily life. For example, the average user will lose over 3 hours a week just by picking up their phone. Our lack of attention makes us more forgetful, less engaged with others, and also exhausted. According to some studies, this constant distraction can lead us to be 40% less productive during our day. Since the lack of attention seems to be prevalent in most of us, the next chapter will provide you with ideas to improve your awareness and concentration during your day. How you can improve your attention and awareness. To improve your attention, you need to increase your ability to bring yourself in the present moment. Practicing awareness can be done in a way that it is part of your daily routine. You will need to be disciplined, which means that you have to carve time in your day when you can practice. Here are a few things you can do. Exercise. Exercises like yoga or running can be a great way to practice being in the present moment. Research shows that when you exercise, you are more likely to increase the control of your mind. Exercising is also connected with increased attention in school and academic scores. Meditate. Meditation is practicing awareness. Many people believe that they have to stop thinking when they meditate. Yet, meditation is not about stopping yourself from doing something, it is more about observing what is happening within you and around you. A simple way to meditate is to sit down and focus on a sound in the room. That sound can be a fan or a refrigerator. When you catch yourself drifting from that focus, bring your awareness back to the sound. You can do that for 15 minutes at a time daily. The goal is to observe yourself drifting and go back to the task. Read. Reading is a great way to increase your ability to focus and pay attention to one task at a time. If you are reading on your mobile device, make sure to turn off all notifications so that you are not distracted during your reading. A great time to read is before bed, as it allows you to disconnect from the digital world and also calm your mind before going to sleep. It is preferable to use a book, which doesn't stimulate the brain as a screen would. Your local library likely has excellent books for you. Write in a journal. Journaling is another activity that can